All right, guys, so we got to talk about this crazy story out of the University of Buffalo that literally involves a woke mob, okay? A actual woke mob hunting down a college student because she invited a black conservative to come speak on campus. Now, the event was hosted by the Young America's Foundation, and they invited Lieutenant Colonel Allen West to come speak. Okay, now, again, Lieutenant Colonel Allen West is a conservative, and we all know what happens, guys, when conservatives come and speak at college campuses. There's always some type of drama, okay? There's always some type of outrage, as these woke college leftists, they don't believe in freedom of speech. They don't believe in freedom of speech, okay? If they don't agree with you, then they think that you should be silenced. You literally don't have a right to speak. Okay, so we see them protesting conservative speakers all over the country. But in this situation right here, this University of Buffalo situation, this right here got crazy, right? This really got out of hand, okay? So with that being said, we're going to talk about that. But before I talk about this, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can do so using the links in the description below. You can support the Patreon, you can support the PayPal, you can support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so. So without further ado, we're going to play some snippets of what happened at this event where the woke mob is literally going crazy over Lieutenant Colonel Allen West simply exercising his right to freedom of speech. And then after that, we're going to play a clip of the interview with the college student that was hunted down by the woke mob, in which she explains the situation and what happened. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clip. Take a look.
Black lives! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Recording! How are you recording? No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
Question?
Yeah.
This is a lot, so I'm not even mad for real. But you talked a lot about the fact that the reason why America is losing its values, that's because of two-parent households and you're fatherless, whatever the hell you talking about. But I want to ask you a question.
That is not necessary.
Okay, anyways, I want to ask you a question. Do you know
being
why
here wasn't necessary, but
households
sure.
are missing black fathers?
Yeah.
Understand how the government plays into mass incarceration? Do you know how that evolves into one-parent households? All right, so how can you stand there saying that, oh, because they don't have these fathers, that's why the American, whatever the case is. And then you also ignore the fact that non-traditional households exist. So how can you say that for people who have, let's say, two moms, or maybe one mom, or whatever the case is? How can you see it? And also, like, can you, as a black man, because let's be honest, you are a black man, how can you stand there in a room full of a lot of professors and validate your experiences and ignore the struggle of your own people? And if America is exceptional, why is it that lynching literally just became illegal?
Like just now.
Just became illegal.
Like just now.
So exceptional. Why did it take them so long to do this? So I mean, actually, I don't want to answer from you, honestly, because you're just going to say you me out.
You go, girl! We love you!
You're an American.
I'm black and I'm proud! Say it loud! I'm black and I'm proud! Say it loud! I'm black and I'm proud! Say it loud! I'm black and I'm proud!
All right, guys, I was going to get into the clip with the college student that got chased down right after that, but actually, I got to respond to that real quick, okay? I have to respond to that real quick because at the end there, right, they said, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, and you see, like, all the white people there like, should I say that, right? Should I be chanting, I'm black and I'm proud here, right? Does that apply to us? I bet that was a very awkward moment for all those white liberals there that are probably full of guilt. But, you know, as you can see there, Lieutenant Colonel Allen West was there and giving his opinion, right? And they didn't like his opinion. Particularly the black folks didn't like his opinion because black people are not supposed to have certain opinions in this country, right? And they called him an embarrassment for his opinion, right? An embarrassment for talking about, how, America is not really a racist country, or that, America is exceptional, which they don't believe, okay? Despite the fact that, black people in America have it better than black people in any other country in the world, okay? Period, point blank, no questions asked. They have a problem with his opinion, okay? And because of that, they have to protest his opinion and protest racism, because they feel like he's validating the opinion of white people, right? Again, it's not that him as a black man and having his own experience in this country, he can't have his own opinion based off his experience. His opinion has to be from a place of trying to validate others, not from his own experience, okay? Which, again, goes back into the Democrat ideology that they try to instill in black people, that only black people can believe certain things. And if you don't believe certain things as a black person, then you're not really black, right? You're not really black. You're a disgrace. You're an embarrassment, right? That's what it is, okay? And the best part about this, guys, is that this woman is like, I have all these questions for you, because apparently she doesn't understand why he believes what he believes. But then she says, I don't even want you to answer, right? I don't want to hear from you. I don't want you to talk, but I have all these questions because I don't understand. But I don't want to hear your answers to my question, though. Bro, you can't make this stuff up. So again, I just find it funny how these same people are the same people that always want to talk about lifting black voices, raising black voices, but yet when a black voice comes on campus that they don't like, all of a sudden, we don't really like this black voice, right? We're actually gonna go out our way to silence this black voice because we don't like that black voice, okay? Only some black voices matter, right? Some black voices matter, not all, okay? We've seen how this plays out. Right? Just like Black Lives Matter. Only criminal Black Lives matter. Not innocent Black lives. Not Black lives that are actual real victims of violence from other Black folks. Those lives don't matter. Right? Only the lives that, we can protest in the street about. Right? And celebrate criminals and bad behavior. The same behavior that is causing the Black community to be in the position that we're in right now. Right? But, hey, they don't really want to have that conversation. So that being said, again, allegedly, this mob wasn't just upset with Lieutenant Colonel Allen West for speaking. They were also upset with the people who invited him to speak, as allegedly they chased down this college student for inviting a black man to come speak, aka trying to uplift a black voice that they don't like.
At Buffalo student and Young Americans for Freedom president Therese Purcell joins me now. Therese, walk us through what happened to you.
Hi, Todd. Thank you so much for having me on the show. So I was hosting Lieutenant Colonel Allen West on campus. He was going to give a speech on how America is not racist, why American values are exceptional. And we got through the speech. We had hundreds of people show up for the speech. We actually had a standby line with hundreds of people who weren't even able to get in, since we filled the capacity of the room pretty quickly. And then during the private meet and greet with members, it got out of hand with the protesters. They were banging on the walls. They were screaming, no peace, which I took them at face value that they didn't want peace, as they were trying to get in and trying to disrupt our meet and greet. And then it got crazy as we went to leave. So I was following Colonel West out with our police escort as hundreds of protesters around us were screaming at us. And then I was quickly separated from the police as they were protecting Colonel West. And the protesters came between me and them, which is when I decided I was just going to turn and walk peacefully back to my car. And then I realized that I was the target for these protesters, and about 200 of my fellow students started hunting me down on campus, started chasing me, screaming, go get her, go capture her, get the girl in the red dress, which is when I started darting away from them as they were sprinting towards me. And eventually I turned the stairs and was 1 second ahead of them, which is when one of my friends pulled me into the men's bathroom. And we just missed them, thankfully. They were just a few seconds behind. And while I was in the bathroom, I could hear them screaming, where is she? Where is she? We need to find her. We need to find her. And I called 911. But while this was all happening, the mob continued to chase other members of our club, Young Americans for Freedom. They physically assaulted one of our e-board members. They kicked him. They punched him. It was a really crazy event that we were trying to bring a black voice us to campus to talk about these issues of racism and American exceptionalism. And while they were screaming that we were trying to silence Black voices, we were actually trying to bring this conversation to campus. We had an open Q&A during the event, but instead of asking peaceful questions, they decided to resort to violence.
Yeah, so that is sad, right? That's very sad and unacceptable, okay? You literally have people being chased by a mob and allegedly assaulted as well, too, over the fact they invited somebody to speak on campus that they didn't like, okay? When are these universities going to grow some cojones, right? That's what I want to know. When are these universities going to actually start standing up for freedom of speech and expelling these students that are doing this, right? Whoever organized this protest, okay, should be expelled. I'm so serious. Because it won't stop until action is taken against these people who are organizing these anti-free speech protests. Because that's what they are. They're anti-free speech. That's what they are. And it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of control. And I'm sick and tired of it. These universities are just as responsible because they continue to allow this stuff because nobody's ever been punished. I don't hear anything about anybody ever being punished for this. It happens all the time. But nobody's punished. They're just allowed to get away with it. Oh, because they're woke. They're young liberals. They're just passionate college students. I don't give a damn. Suspend them. Kick them out. Send a lesson. Because people's lives are in danger at this point because of this stuff. People are getting assaulted, chased down over their political opinions. And it's not even racial anymore. It doesn't matter what race you are. Black, white, whoever, the mob gonna come after you. Simply because you have an opinion they don't like. It's the most anti-American thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that none of these people have been punished, there's no examples that have been set out of this. Again, it just goes to tell you that, hey, these universities are just as responsible. Because they won't crack down on it. It's ridiculous, man. It really is. I'm sick and tired of this. It's so frustrating, man. And this is why I have to highlight stories like this, man, because we have to put pressure on these colleges to look, you got to crack down on this stuff. Y'all got to start kicking people out. Okay? You need zero tolerance for this type of stuff. Free speech on college campuses. I mean, if you can't have free speech on college campuses, you can't have free speech anywhere. Right? The exchange of ideas is what college and university is for. Right? That is the core of what academia is supposed to be. What these kids are doing is anti-American and it's anti-academic, right? That's what it is. But hey, you know, everybody's afraid of offending the woke, okay? Because as soon as one of these people gets suspended, they're going to say, oh, it's racist. The university's racist. It's ridiculous, man. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.